If you are a full-time author, does writing more books mean more success for you? In some cases, yes, and in some cases, no. But for the most part, if you write more books, you're going to be able to bring in more fans, get more readers, make more money, grow your industry standing. You're going to be able to grow your community. More is usually going to be better. However, that does not mean if you are a slow writer that you cannot have success. If you're smart about your marketing, your ads, and building your fandom, you can be very successful and profitable with less books. But for most people, the more you put out there, the larger you're going to grow. And the more information you're going to have by then which to grow. If you put out a book, you can get a lot of information, a lot of data on what people like, what they don't like, what's going to sell really well, how you're going to be able to market it. And if you have 5 books where you can get that information instead of just 1 book, you're going to be way far ahead of the person who just has 1 book. So the more that you can put out and the faster that you can put out, the more information, the more data, and the more opportunities for people to buy from you. If you have an established fan base, they're not going to buy the same book again and again and again. If you have a fan base for your first book, and then you give them a second book, they bought the first book and the second book. If you have 20 books, those people very well might have bought all 20 books. But if you stay to only 2 or 3 books, they're going to have read them and then buy books from other people because you're not supplying more stories for them. So the more that you can create and get out into the world and the faster you can do it, the faster you can scale, the faster you can grow. And again, that does not mean you cannot have success with a fewer amount of books. You can, but you must be smart about your marketing. You must be smart about your community and providing other opportunities for those people to then pay you, because your fans, again, are not going to buy the same book more than one time. They're going to buy the book and that's it. They're not going to do it unless you have a special reason. There's some kind of special edition or like added bonus scenes. And most of those people are not going to want to buy the same book for small little bonus scenes. So you have to make sure that you're providing them with new things. If I hand you an apple and you eat that apple, I cannot resell you that core, right? You've already consumed it. If I hand you another apple or an orange or a banana, now that's something new. It's something different and we can trade money and you can have the food, right? Same with books. The more that you have to give to people, the faster you can grow and scale. So the more books you have, the more money you have the opportunity to make. You've got to be smart about this. So be wise, because you can either give a product to a warm audience, your established audience that's already read your books and liked your book, you can give them new things to buy, or you can do extra work to go find new readers. Those are your 2 options. You can find new readers to come in and pay for your already created books, or you can take your already established audience and give them new things to buy. 2 different ways to be making money as an author. It's harder to find new fans to come in and pay for your things than it is to take existing fans and give them more to buy. Right? You can do both things. You should be doing both things, but you're going to be able to grow and scale a lot faster if you are giving more to your already established audience because you've done the work. Why are we redoing that work to bring in new people to buy something? Take the people you've already supplied something that they like to and give them more things that they can buy. It does help to create more books for most people. Again, there are situations where you can do well with less, but those are more of the exception to the rule. And you should always operate in this business as if you are most certainly not the exception to the rule. You do not get to be the exception. You have to do the work. You might be the exception, and I hope that you are. I hope things go so incredibly well for you without having to do a ton of extra work. But for 99% of us, you are not the exception to any of the rules. And if you function as if you are not the exception, you'll do the work, you'll put in the effort, and you'll make the profit from it. So, yes, you should be writing as many books as possible and getting them out into the world as quickly as possible, whatever suits your author strategy the best. But keep in mind, you should always be moving forward, making progress, and doing more that you can put out, because it's more opportunities for you to make money from your established audience and from the new audience that you can pull in. Drop your questions down below. Follow along for more business tips for authors, and we'll see you in tomorrow's episode as we continue to help you navigate the world of publishing, from your writing to your publishing to your marketing, to make this as easy as possible for you and as profitable as possible. We'll see you tomorrow.